Right now, a KXAN in-depth report for your health and safety. We've been telling you how more than 40 people overdosed on a designer drug in Austin just this month. Tonight, we reveal the sneaky way sellers are getting around the law. KXAN's Chris Sadeghi found out just how easy it is for these synthetic substances to wind up in the hands of people who think they're safe.
During some visits to several local smoke shops, we checked out what was on the shelves, and we took a hidden camera.
You just put it in a warming dish, and then you just let the smell fill the room.
Inside of these bags is something seemingly harmless. It's supposed to just make the air smell better, and that's the way it's marketed.
It's going to be the stronger smelling herbal incense.
It's in that pretty package, so it's got to be safe. That's why a lot of kids get involved with this stuff.
Herbal incense in a pretty package. At the DEA, they've seen this before.
Most of them are marketed as incense. Believe me, this has nothing to do with incense.
Instead, Greg Thrash says it has plenty to do with designer drugs and the tricks they play, like the warning, not for human consumption.
All of them have the statement, not for human consumption. All of them have that.
Thrash says the warning isn't much about safety, but about skirting the law.
They're deceiving the public.
Some are marketed as a legal high. Even the very name, synthetic marijuana, can be a mirage.
It's basically an advertising ploy. They're trying to sell you this junk by saying it's like marijuana.
Dr. John Bedolla says the only thing synthetic drugs have in common with marijuana is they fit into your brain cells the same way. But the synthetics, the bigger compound block in this experiment, leave a much bigger dent in the brain.
Several thousand bong hits, that's the equivalent of one of these, of a K2 ingestion.
But for many designer drugs, like the hundreds of bags APD seized earlier this month, one fact still remains.
Unfortunately, until it's illegal, it can be sold, it can be marketed.
The drug designers slightly modify their drug from illegal compounds and yield a drug that is not yet banned, yet causes similar results. During a raid last year in the Austin area, once again, the DEA found packages that took full advantage of that law to tell another lie.
Many of them actually did, in fact, have a statement that read DEA compliant.
If they were going to label it honestly, they would say not yet illegal.
The lag time from when a dangerous or deadly substance is identified to when it is banned. During that window is when you will see a lot of these drugs marketed as legal. But as the DEA told us, you really have to look past the packaging and the marketing. If you aren't sure about a certain drug, it's one of the oldest sayings in the book. Check with your doctor, because even police have to send these drugs off to labs to know exactly what is in them. Chris Sadeghi, KXAN News.
And ironically, a bill was introduced last legislative session that would have made it easier to ban many of these still legal synthetic drugs. That proposed bill would have made illegal any synthetic drug shown to have similar compounds and similar effects as the banned drugs. The bill passed through the Senate, but never made it to the House floor for a vote.